one? You're obviously confused and aroused.
Then where are we now? Do you have idiots on your planet?
It's me, Zoidberg, remember from high school?
Hello, you're listening to the Slurmcast, a podcast for no reason. Today we will be discussing Futurama Season 2, Episode 17, War is the H Word, with your host, Tommy Roulette.
How's it going?
Pete Woodward.
That's me.
And I'm Rick Horchie. Joining us today is our special guest, John Kalman.
Returning special
Oh,
guest.
yeah, for his second appearance.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me back.
It's a
wonderful.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Hey, do you
Hey.
like Futurama?
I do. I like it.
You look a little different since the last time we saw you.
Yeah, I got
For
a little
those of you
taller.
out there who can't see, John is wearing an eye patch. Tell us about that. What happened? Was it a fight or?
It was just a random knifing.
Oh, were you saving a damsel in distress or
No,
robbing
I
a
was-
bank?
I was randomly knifing people. I
And
walked
it went
I walked
very, very
into a
badly.
fence pole.
Oof. Wait, did you say a face pole?
A fence pole.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't know what a fence pole is.
A fence pole holds up a fence.
A face
right.
poll.
A face pole could probably be interpreted a number of ways.
That sounds like a website where you upload a picture
Poll
of your
faces.
face and then everyone votes on if you're
Like that app that tells you
got a face
how
or
old you
not.
are?
That might already be a website.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to Google face pole.
At least a band name.
That also sounds like a stripper move.
Yeah. Face pole.
So John,
Actually, there is a face pole Facebook page. It is an international pole dance page.
what does it have to do with faces?
I
I think they're just being funny.
You know the
Yeah.
type of faces you need to make while you're dancing on a pole?
Pole
there's-
dancing faces.
It doesn't. The pole, dancing on the pole, does not do it by itself. You got to have the
there
right
is
faces.
there
for
is
it.
a definition for face pole on encyclopedia.com. The definition
Urban
is
Dictionary.
face pole, C, pole of a face. So,
What?
yeah, pole of a face, face pole. Normal line perpendicular to a crystal face, and the point at which this is some science bullshit.
Is
Okay,
this-
I
oh,
guess
thought you were-
apparently
this
it's a
leading up
real
to the
thing.
North Face or something weird.
I give up.
That's what all the Hollywood starlets are doing, face poles. That's where they pull their
It's their
face
new-
to
it's their
stretch
new-
them out. That's what that lady from Doctor Who, that was just the skin at the end, just a face and skin.
Oh yeah, lady.
Face skin.
What was her name?
I don't know. I'm looking at
That was
two
so long ago.
fellow Doctor
We're gonna cut
Whovians
this part
that
out,
are
right?
We
Now I'm
don't.
thinking
embarrassment.
Tom cuts less and less out every week.
We don't.
I'm
need
thinking of
this kind
face a bow.
embarrassment.
That's
yeah,
what
no.
I was thinking of.
You know the
but-
lady,
No, the
Yes,
lady-
no,
the
yeah.
last human.
Last human.
I saw a sugar cookie that looked like her. That was pretty awesome.
Did you eat it?
Like they made it like that on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh God, I thought
No,
it was an accident,
That'd
like
be
a chip that looks like Jay Leno or something.
That'd be
You're
awful, too.
almost.
where was it? Wait, where was this?
It was on a
cookie?
little place called the Internet.
Oh, I thought you actually saw it in like a museum, like the gummy Mona Lisa.
The Venus de Milo.
I haven't been to that museum.
Oh yes,
was,
that's what it is. The
sweet-
gummy
sweet candy.
Venus de Milo. Damn
I'm
it.
gonna be honest. I thought facepole would bring up a completely different sort of thing, and maybe I didn't go deep enough in the image
I
search.
think
but
we're a little more mature than you want to admit.
it's not. It's not whether we're mature or not. It's how just twisted and destroyed the psyche of the internet is. Like,
I'm trying the new positivity thing this year.
I'm
that-
glad the internet finally took down that video of me pole dancing, listening to Face to Face.
the Amy Mann. Wait, it's not Amy Mann. There was another Boston band called Face
You
to
don't
Face.
know what
It's
you
not
want to
that
be.
band.
You don't know what you want.
So it was the punk rock Face to Face, not like the indie rock Face to Face.
There's an indie rock Face to Face.
Yeah, that's what I just said. But you were singing.
You mean Face to Face later when they slowed down?
No.
Wait,
There was
Face-to-face
like
with a 2. Right?
there was like a Boston indie rock band
You.
in the 80s, I want to say.
Oh.
But didn't they spell it?
That got
differently?
worse as you explained it.
Really? Because you want to talk about some other like indie rock bands from Boston in the 80s?
Like who?
Like Pixies?
Oh, they're not from Boston.
Yeah, yes, they are.
No. He's from all over.
I
Frank
mean,
Black lived in
Massachusetts, Boston.
South America for years.
Yeah, but the band itself was formed in Boston, and that was where they came to prominence and got signed to their first record deal.
Yeah, like how we claim Devo in Cleveland for no reason.
Yeah.
It was
well,
because nobody
Akron,
gives a
but I
fuck
mean-
about Akron except
I found
mean,
out. I don't know
that's
how true
less
this is.
true.
This was
It's less
just
true
days.
now, yeah.
just somebody telling me this down there, and I think it was only one person, but like basically a cool in the know person, basically somebody that would be the John Kalman, or any one of you, but that I ended up talking to when I would go to shows and stuff, told me that REM, even though they did go to school at UGA or some of them or whatever, and they were kind of got started like practicing in Athens, they really got started in Cleveland. It would be the way that it would be like if Kent claimed a huge band that like
Dink.
went to, but no, but I mean like if somebody like
They're
kind of
like,
hung out in
What?
Kent for a little bit, but really did all their getting started in
Like
Cleveland,
9 Inch Nails.
well, yeah, the way Cleveland claims Nine Inch Nails, even though he's from what, Mercer County?
Well, I mean, I think he spent like 4 or 5 years here, but got
Wait,
the
did
fuck out as soon
REM
as
Yeah,
he
and then
form
went
in
to-
Cleveland? Is that
I-
what you're telling me?
I don't know what he's trying to
I wish.
make an analogy about. It's weird. And for some reason, we keep talking about Chrissy Hind all the time. And,
I was going to say it's funny how we don't claim Chrissy Hind.
well, I
We
mean,
can't.
she's like Northeast Ohio royalty, I think, Akron especially. But
I feel like we claim Devo more than we claim her, though.
I think you're
At least we don't try
probably
to
right.
claim the Black Keys because
Is
nobody
that,
wants
is
them.
that a girl thing, you think?
I don't know.
She's very she has a song about Akron. There's no way we could.
She
claim
has
her.
a song about Ohio.
Oh yeah, but it's about Akron.
She talks about the city specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Huey Lewis does too.
Yeah, that's true. We're
What
right
about-
in there
what about
between
Drew
New York
Carey?
and Detroit, right?
Oh, everybody here loves Drew Carey.
Okay. That's all.
Yeah.
I think
that counts.
rightfully so. As far as I can tell, whenever he does come back, he's an
He's a
incredibly
great guy.
gregarious and generous
He's
guy.
on Price is Right, and
It's a great
Old
Give money
ladies
away.
to little children love him.
And me.
He
yeah.
is the heart
and
of
I'm both of
Cleveland.
those things.
Yeah,
He's a very generous man, too, it seems like.
yeah. I mean,
He's given John personally a $5 loan.
Oh, it's just a loan. How much interest?
27% interest.
yeah, he
on
cut
it,
off your
but-
finger when you didn't pay it back, but that was your own fault for
really
not making
was.
it back. Hey, did we
I
have
didn't
a
think it would take that long for that check to clear.
did we have a return visit from Felix the Cat and the Jumbotron cartoon?
was Felix the
and then
Cat.
there was like a weird Russian nesting doll fish situation going on.
It was called Felix the Cat and Neptune's Nonsense.
So it's an underwater cat.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That's where cats used to live.
No, cats never. And
When they were
there's 3 in this
fish.
house. I'd be happy to let you try and drown, and you see how they work with the water.
Back when they were fish, they used to live in the water.
I think cartoonists in the 1940s just did not give a fuck.
I think they were on a lot of drugs.
Yeah, no, they were called Mercats. They made that show about it. Remember? Oh, I love that. Mercat Manor.
Oh, no.
Merman Manor.
Wait, is that the one with the cute little weird things that stand up
and
all
they
the
would
time?
stand up and like look over the hill.
They're like
they-
wet
wait, so did
prairie
they
dogs.
actually-
Meerkat.
Did they overdub them talking on that show?
no,
or
it's just the
something?
narrator, but that should be done. You know what? Let's do that later
It
and
sounds
put
like,
it on YouTube.
I feel like
No,
I would
but-
actually watch that show.
But off camera, they would take some of the meerkats aside and tell them lies about the other meerkats to create drama.
Get them worked up. They
Man,
get some of them
reality
drunk.
TV is just so good.
So right off the bat, the first frame in this show. Here we go.
Okay.
They're walking into the 7 to the 11th power.
yeah, I wrote this all down. Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, one of the signs says free bag of Ice 9 with a 6-pack.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that?
No, and I watch every time I see it, I look at that and I go, "Is that some weird nerd joke that I
Oh, I thought we were gonna have a thing with that. Or
don't get?"
whatever.
I had to look it up.
because I want to know.
I
now.
looked it up also.
It's my favorite Kurt Vonnegut book, Cat's Cradle.
I
Oh,
thought
it's from Cat's Cradle.
Yeah,
So-
you remember that stuff that was taking over the world, like that if you touched it, it was called
Oh.
Ice 9. That was the.
it's like a seed crystal that freezes things, apparently, according to Wikipedia. I just thought it was a Joe Satriani song, and I didn't think that would be superficial enough of a reference. Like, it had to have something below that. So I actually
You
did
were
look it
right.
up.
You, sir.
accidentally stumbled upon it. I didn't even have it in my notes, and then it came up, And then I thought it was something that John would like have had
That's-
gone
I'm-
into the
I'm pretty
deep
excited to know that
Wikipedia.
now.
But let me ask you something. When was the last time you read that book? Like ninth grade?
Yeah, it's been, well, maybe not ninth grade, but it's been a while. It's
Yeah,
I bet there's not even
to
any
remember
cats in
that.
it.
You know, it's not like
That's about where the two people have the strings in between each other, and then they just keep intertwining it, right?
until the Ice 9 comes and
Yes.
starts slowly taking over everything. Well, or turning everything into Ice 9. What was the other sign? There was two signs. Did I write them both down? Let's see here. Oh, cashier
Has less than $10 in
checking
checking account.
Yeah, that was good.
Also accurate.
Yeah, that
Maybe
joke's
more so today
still-
than ever.
I
And
still
mean.
feel like that joke's about me.
Well,
Up
but-
until today, I only
Wait a
had
second.
$10
Nobody
in my
here
checking
believes you have a checking account.
That's fair.
Wait, I know you're off the grid.
cash only economy. Spider Yum bubble gum.
Yeah, that one.
Hubble bubble
thanks.
bubble gum.
Yep.
Liquid nitrogen gum. What
That's what the
I
T1000
actually wish there was a big pink gum breath freshening with the power.
I
of
would
a
eat
ham.
ham flavored.
I forgot that this was the
Yeah.
ham gum episode.
I feel like
and was super excited.
there's probably at least a bacon flavored gum.
Oh, by
There-
now
there
has to be.
probably
bacon flavored
is.
everything.
Yeah, they
But-
should move on to ham.
I
It's time, you
want to
guys.
hear
Yeah.
something crazy?
I do.
All right.
We took a vote, and John does.
I would call myself a pork aficionado.
That is crazy.
Much to my doctor's dismay, given the health panel I had most recently. But I always thought that I didn't like ham for some reason. Whereas bacon was fine, pork chops were
Deli
fine.
ham or like dinner ham?
I
Like
think
Easter
dinner ham. But now, and I think it's because it was like
Fuck
I was only
you.
used to the
Have you ever had a honey baked ham?
Yeah, maybe.
well,
you
yeah,
just had really
That's
poorly
what I'm saying. I think
prepared
I was
ham.
only used to having like the super pink, like literally the canned ham sort of ham, as opposed to like a honey baked, or even now you can go and get like the salt cured cottage hams and stuff at your butcher shops.
Right.
Love them,
Get
Love 'em.
out of my friend Pete's house right now.
man. I should go and get some ham.
To be
Yeah.
honest, lunch meat, like ham off the bone lunch
Oh,
meat, is so
dude.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a rye bread, I'm telling you.
Rye bread
it's-
sucks.
We're
Ham's
gonna
a
get into a sandwich fight
amazing
today.
animal.
I think it's pretty great. So I also
Welcome
liked,
to the newest episode of Sandwich Fight.
Yeah, we had a lot of sandwich talk lately. I'm okay with that.
It's going to make me go get a ham sandwich after this now.
So
hey,
this-
everybody, the new scoop. Everybody
was
said Tom's
the-
going to get a ham sandwich.
What was the rank of the military officer who spent $97 on pornography and pixie sticks?
Thought he just called him officer.
Just said officer.
Yeah.
I liked that the cashier had a plexiglass
Yes, the whole
suit
suit.
instead of the other, and he was like generally kind of surly, where he's just like,
I liked when he tried to push the button instead of just like slamming his plexiglass suit down on the button.
I
he
missed that.
Pushed it with like he made it look like he was using his finger in the suit.
Inside
Oh,
the
inside
suit.
of
Like,
the
instead-
block.
all you have to do is go blanc and like slap that thing down on there.
It really sets a good tone, I think, with number one, Fry and Bender being upset that they don't get a 5% discount for being in the military.
A 40-cent gum.
Right.
Yeah, it
and
would've
and
been like
first
2
of all,
cents or something.
why wouldn't Bender just steal it? He
When-
clearly has no qualms about being a shoplifter or a thief.
when he tells Fry that he has to pay regular price for no reason, for some reason.
That line.
Oh,
That's so good.
That dog won't hunt, Monsignor.
I say that. I say
Why
that
is
all
that
the
so
time.
funny? And me and
Because we
Kaplan
went
have
to
been saying
Catholic
that forever.
school.
Okay. Wait, definitely the
think it's 'cause we
Monsignor
went to
part.
Catholic
I
school.
got my
Did
first
you have any
confession was with
Monsignors there?
Monsignor at
Yeah.
St. Ignatius grade school.
That dog
No,
won't hunt.
no, that was
Monsignor.
So anyway, so that we'd say that forever. When I moved to Georgia, I heard that phrase for the first and then several times after, but only in the positive version of people would say it was one of the cool little many cool Georgia colloquialisms of so like I'd be like, oh yeah, they said we can go get this, and you'd be like, oh, that dog will hunt, or no, it would be more of like, oh, I fixed that thing, or no, I think this will work if I put this bolt
Oh,
under
like
this.
a eureka kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and they'd be like,
almost?
oh, that dog will hunt, and that
That's
was
cool.
Yeah, I like that. But beginning of Jerry the Race Car Driver, that Primus song, which that line is from. I didn't know this until. Anyways, that line is from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2,
Electric
Dennis Hopper
Boogaloo.
yells out. Very important. Yeah, Tom, make sure you don't edit that out. Yells out,
you
dog
said
will
Primus.
hunt when they're going to, yeah. We just lost all our female listeners when I said Primus.
and
Dude, I love when people
anyone
come into the
younger
bar
than
and
like
tell me I look like what's his name a lot.
Les Claypool?
No.
no, we're alienating anyone like 36 and under, so it's fine.
Welcome to
I'm gonna overdub Robert De Niro.
welcome to
Robert De Niro.
the Welcome to the Getty Lee podcast, where we talk about Rush for 3 hours. Just as long as
Voices
one
like this, it's
gotta go.
very true.
I
I
like
think
Rush.
my ride's
I
here.
like Rush. And yes,
You know what?
it gets worse.
Uh,
I kind of like Fish. Anyways, moving
Cleveland claims Rush too, even though they're from
on.
Toronto.
They're across the lake.
I know, but apparently Cleveland was like the first city that they blew up in.
Well, we can claim David Bowie for that.
Well,
too.
they were the
We,
Yeah.
we
Cleveland was
claim
the
Bruce
first.
Springsteen
Hey,
for that.
you know what today is?
Anyone who's ever played here, we claim.
Joe
Today is-
Walsh.
Oh, those are our boys.
Today's
Except
the first anniversary
the
of
Beatles.
Bowie's death.
Yeah, it is.
They have a mural up at the Fantasy in Lakewood for the Beatles.
Yeah,
Peace.
that's true.
They came from Lakewood.
but
as
they
far as I
played in
know.
a place very similar to Lakewood.
Did you guys know that Superman is from Lakewood?
Yes.
I mean,
No,
Cleveland.
Superman is an East Sider
Shaker
for
Heights.
obvious reasons.
Oh no, I went to the Superman convention downtown Cleveland.
Was that
we're
like
all-
when I was
SantaCon?
younger.
Was that
it
when
was
all the
amazing.
Supermen come together?
Did they
Yes,
get real
They were
drunk?
so Supermen. They were all
So
Supermen.
Superman.
Did you guys know that the podcast was invented in Cleveland?
Oh my
I thought
God.
the
There were so
podcast-
many.
The podcast was invented by Adam Curry.
There were so many Krypton rods just flying out.
Is that like a face pole?
That's exactly what I was getting at. Yes.
Okay,
Except
now we're
painted
back.
green.
All right, I'm back.
So Bender and Fry decide to get the discount to join the army because what's the harm?
Oh
in
yeah,
doing
so
that,
they're
right?
like, yeah, we can go do that. Assuming that they won't have to do anything, that they'll just.
There was a sign when they went to the recruiting center that said something like, "What are you, chicken?"
Yeah.
And there was something
Bok,
else.
bok,
Like,
bok.
what else was there? Did it say bok bok?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with it.
I missed that. I
And
paused
those-
it on all
What
the
are
sides, I
you,
missed that.
chicken?
Those are jokes. There's 2 posters in that where if you don't pause it, you don't get
Yeah,
that.
they're
There's,
real
there's
And
so
then-
many like this episode has just joke. There's a joke every like half a second.
You know
It's
what?
like-
You specifically asked for this episode, right?
Yeah, I'm really
You
excited.
picked like a great one that when you picked just by the title, I was like, oh yeah, that's a pretty good one. I forgot how great this episode was, and it's one of the
Everything's in
one
it.
where like the first 5 minutes, like you said, joke,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so good.
You're tripping over jokes.
Yeah.
I
It's
I can
awesome.
tell by your 12 pages of notes you wrote
Yeah.
on this episode.
But that was, I think, I forgot.
I couldn't write fast enough. The
No,
first
I
time.
didn't
It's like-
I just didn't like. I was watching, and there, yeah, it was like what am I going to write down? Like, there's a joke here.
Yeah,
there's a joke
I
here.
mean-
There's-
But right after like they show the exterior of the army recruiting station, they go
Yeah.
inside and the poster up there is Employee of the Month, and it's a coffin with a flag over it. It's just so. And those are only jokes that like you could actually you have to pause
For everyone
to,
out
like,
there, I
actually see
did
them.
not laugh at that.
No, look.
Yes,
it's
it's
not.
okay.
It is not making fun or making light of the dead servicemen that
No,
have been.
it is. That's
It is
the
serving
joke.
our country.
That-
No,
Also,
no,
this
no.
entire
It's making-
episode is making
No, look.
fun of servicemen.
that
it's making fun
No,
of.
that joke in particular with the coffin draped flag on the Employee of the Month is, I think,
Honoring someone that gave their life,
more
that made
so-
them
no,
the employee
more
of the month.
so
I'm gonna go with
making-
my answer.
making fun of the callous nature of the organization of the armed
Yes.
forces,
Okay.
where the
give you
life
that.
is so literally worthless at the end that they don't make a distinction
I don't know
between
if
that.
worthless is the word.
No,
I mean, I understand what you're saying. The point of the joke is, but I think it's. I think the word you're looking for is. What's that word when something's not?
not revered the way that it should be.
Yeah.
So when they're all lined up and they're getting on the initial transport,
There's so much
the,
Zap Brannigan in this
the-
movie.
the
It's so
big
good.
big war
Forgot.
tomorrow 9 until question
And all the
mark.
masks. Yeah,
And then
9 until question mark.
Professor's line about
Be sure to eat their heart.
Oh,
Oh yeah. To gain
To
their
gain
courage.
their
Juicy
courage.
heart.
They're delicious. What do you say? They're tasty heart or
rich.
delicious
Do you
heart?
think the
Heart.
professor has engaged in cannibalism?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's he's
Just
done
for
it all.
pleasure or for scientific purposes?
I think it was
both.
originally for science, and then after that,
And
it was
once you
probably
get
for
the-
pleasure.
Once you get a taste for it,
you could say that about
there's
a lot of
nothing
things.
like it.
This meeting, or not meeting, but this reintroduction to Zap Brannigan has one of, I think, a lot of fans' favorite fucking lines. John, would you like to field that one?
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just excited about Zap
I'll
Brannigan.
just point at it.
No, you
Wait,
should.
I'll be
you be
Zap,
Kiff.
and then you
Oh,
be
wait.
Kiff.
Okay.
I'll be Zap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I have a very rare, what do you say,
Learning
or I have a
disability.
very rare learning disability.
Or a very sexy learning disability.
Thank you.
Let's
John?
just garble this some more.
This is- what do I call it? Sexlexia. Which I've actually told girls I have before.
Yeah.
Did it work?
I mean, I still haven't had sex, so it's doing pretty good.
Because he always gets it backwards.
So yeah, so they won't let Leela because women aren't served to fit. Not while Zap Brannigan's in charge or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It used to be. It was a problem because of the low cut fatigues and the harmless pinching.
Yeah.
Harmless pinching, lots of harmless pinching.
I forget why. Something where they were angry, but it came back to the ham gum.
It's all bones.
Yeah, when
It
he's
was
like,
all
ham
bones.
guns, all bones. When he's Fry's angry about what's happened that he
Well,
has to be.
that makes me wonder if
When they were talking about like everyone who's gonna die, basically, like
Okay,
you're all
yeah.
gonna go out there to die, and he's like, why? Or no, he's like, why do? What was he complaining about?
the ham
what was
gum
he
was all
complaining
Wasn't it
bones.
the guy with the
Right before the ham gum joke, the second one. What was he complaining about?
where he's like, this gum's all bones.
and this
He
ham
was-
gun's all bones. Bender was complaining.
I think it was something where Zap
Okay.
said something about like.
I should have watched this. episode.
Hold on.
They were talking to the one guy piped up and he's like,
Why should we?
yeah, he's
Before-
like, that's up to, or that's not my concern. You're the ones who are
You're
going
the
to
one.
die, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Gotcha.
It's around there.
There's
somewhere.
more jokes.
Was
All
Richard
right.
Nixon actually the
The
original Gerber baby?
No.
Are you
No,
sure?
I think
According to like Snopes and stuff, I'm pretty sure. No.
that's
No?
not true.
wasn't it Babe Ruth or like wasn't it?
No, it was just some dumb ad baby.
dumb ad baby.
You dumb ad baby.
Did you know that Marilyn Chambers, deceased porn star,
Oh, I'm familiar with
Yeah.
that.
she was
Hello.
like
I've had Cinemax.
she was like the ivory
Virgin.
soap. She was like the ivory soap baby.
Really?
Or like
I
in
didn't-
yeah,
No,
she was.
Are you
she
making
was
this up?
no. She was like originally in like an ivory soap ad, and was like the face of ivory soap in the '70s until she started her career. And
They
then
were like,
Ivory's
you know what would look good soapy?
She's like,
Her boobs.
hey, we can't have you still be our wholesome soap spokesmodel anymore.
That's a
and
bummer
then
for
she
them.
she went her own way.
I'm also aware of that. And did you know in a certain film she was in, they had the soap behind her, and
I think
You
I think
know-
it was like Stan Lee. It made a cameo in pretty much
it
all of her
was yeah,
films.
they as a nod to
So Fry says something about ham gum being all bones.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Where were we at?
they're in the
That was pretty much it.
the meeting with Zap where he's explaining basically that they're all gonna die.
And they put the that's a cool graphic when they do.
When the
Death
globe
Star
comes down
looking
and they're
globe.
explaining the planet they're gonna go attack.
We don't
Which
know
has
who the
no
enemy
We don't know
is.
about their
resources.
life forms. We don't know, the resources, what they believe in, but we know that they have to be stopped or
and it's
killed
the
or whatever.
complete opposite of whatever we
Well,
believe.
yeah,
in.
that's it.
I just wonder about the ham gum where if there are bones in it, is it just like chunks of ham in a little square container? Because
It's in gum form.
I
It's
would
in gum
eat
form.
individually wrapped squares of ham, bones or no bones, that you could just like pop in and chew.
Yeah,
But I don't know if
that's,
you'd be able to call that ham
beef jerky.
gum. Yeah.
exactly.
You have to. I mean, what is gum? Like, you have to make it
You would
where
have
it's
to have
gum.
gum in it, right? Like actually,
Yeah,
Well, then
the
how would it
gum
have a
to
bone?
to be gum. So part of the speech that Zap's giving them is also an encouragement of him telling them that we have to go do this, whatever. And plus those guys said you guys look like dorks. Yeah, I think it was Bender. He's like they look like dorks.
Yeah. They look like And then is that when
We
is
know
this-
nothing about their language, history, or what they look like.
And then there were some Fry is so dumb moments when he's like, he puts the tent in his mouth
Oh, I love
and
it.
he tries to assemble the gun and can't figure
Yeah.
that out. Like,
But Leela was
What?
there to help
Tent got
him.
your tongue?
no, that
Zap,
was
Kip,
Lee
write
Lemon.
that down. Or send it to
No, right, but when they were leaving, she's like, she wanted to sign up because all her friends always tend to die if she's not around.
Right.
And Fry's going,
Yeah.
How did she get the matching purple mustache and goatee?
I think maybe she just trimmed her hair,
I don't know. I could
turned it into
go
a-
up like a few miles and probably find the same exact thing at a place called Starship Earth.
Oh, I thought you were going to go to the bathroom and look at
Oh,
the
I
bed.
actually I have a purple wig upstairs that I can
Yeah,
look
there
at.
you go.
I think her hair is not the only violet thing in the universe. So probably something that was also violet.
Like flowers, like violet flowers, because flowers.
Oh.
That's an
grow like
example. I
hair.
don't think that would work, but maybe something else.
Maybe violet and pasta.
Maybe
Um,
lavender lotion.
what is Zap tell Kif to send the tent joke to?
Oh,
Humor in uniform.
It's
That's
like a
right.
Reader's
From
Digest.
Digest.
I
I used to read that.
I
I
did
mean, it
too.
was
What,
always
Reader's Digest?
Yeah, it was
Oh
always
yeah,
around the house.
that was yeah.
Bathroom
It was always
material.
around. It was bathroom material.
Yeah.
It was way before hand computers and
Is
or computers, internet
Right.
or when you were allowed to have pornography in the house.
I don't think I'm allowed still.
I know, but it's. Is Reader's Digest still a thing?
Yeah.
It's out there.
What is in Reader's Digest?
Same thing.
You know what?
Porn.
The only thing I know about Reader's Digest is the fact that in grade school, they wanted me to sell it at the magazine drive.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
That was like one of the big poster boards
big
set
seller.
up, and they had the
you
biggest,
get-
best weeble.
Did you get
Up
finance?
there.
The Weebles, the little
Weebles
Weeble
were
guys.
awesome.
And then you got the big one if
My
you sold the
sister
most.
was way better than I was, and I hated her for it.
I tried. I got a
I'm-
few good ones.
I'm actually really perplexed by this.
Were you
whole
guys all
Reader's
on
Digest
financial
thing.
aid?
Like,
the Reader's Digest thing?
No,
Well,
for
no,
grade
yeah.
school.
Were you
No,
did you
like
for high
honestly,
school and grade
what
school?
no, for grade school it was not.
what is
no.
in Reader's Digest now, and who subscribes?
Old people.
That
and
is
old
exactly
people.
what people listening to this want to hear about. So, anyways,
I think
after the
it's-
tent joke,
I think most of the stories are censored versions of chapters of 50 Shades of Grey.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, but they update it for older people.
How could they not recognize
Colin
Leela?
jokes.
Because she had a beard and a goggles on.
yeah, and like a big military
And a-
uniform.
yeah.
And
she's
velvet baby
badass.
hands?
And she obviously had the best cover. Leela
Lemon.
Man.
Man.
Lee Lemon.
Your hands are soft but firm, like a velvet child. What do you use?
Pert and popular.
And
Yes,
Lee
I didn't write that
Lemon.
down. Thank you.
Lee
Thank you for the
Lemon.
notes in your brain, John.
Lee Lemon edged out Zap Brannigan's record
Oh, yeah.
by 2 seconds, 16 minutes, and 12 hours.
I'm planning on finishing someday.
When
Then he's supposed to squirt his Jergens.
His
on
Jergens.
some
On
homeless-
homeless men with dry elbows.
You're a man's man.
when they're having their big
a hard fart and hard fight. Oh, Bender.
And there's another pause poster that says round hips.
Oh,
sink
yeah,
shift.
round hips, sink
Oh.
shift.
I
He
I
walked
missed that
into a
one too.
manhole.
the
Which apparently, like during like World War II, there was signs that said "loose lips
Sink shift.
sink
Yeah, I remember
shift.
that.
yeah.
I mean, from school, not from World War II.
Not that I wasn't in
Back
World War
in
II.
1943.
I did not
Definitely
time
not a
travel.
vampire.
When they're having the banquet and everyone's getting fed, Kif pours wine into Nixon's fluid jar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
And then
And he
Nixon
laps
just like,
it up,
he laps it up, but it's like the red liquid goes into the white or the clear liquid. It doesn't mix with
doesn't-
it, and he just sucks it
Well,
all
we
right
don't know
out.
what that liquid is.
I know.
So
and
it could be something that's completely not the same density
Life
as
juice.
the wine.
But then wouldn't it float on top or below it?
Not when you pour it in right away. It needs a second to separate.
Huh.
There's physics involved.
Did you guys bring any wine? We could test it.
No, I
No,
tried to
wine
find
gives
You don't
ham
have any
gum.
wine? I've been on a wine kick.
Dude.
Pete's always got wine. You don't have any wine?
I started drinking again this year for my New Year's
Is that
resolution.
your New Year's resolution?
I took last year off, and I was like, I don't feel any better.
Do you want a
I got-
beer?
I've got some recommendations for you after the show.
All right.
So Zap,
Great.
throughout the rest of this episode, up
sorry,
until he
dyslexia.
finds out that it's Leela, has a lot of great lines.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what the beginning of it is, but it's something like, Leela, you're filling me with inspiration or something like that.
We
and
miss-
other emotions that are weird and confusing.
It was. I haven't seen a. Wasn't that the whole beginning of that? I haven't seen a private like that since I looked in the. Was it the
Greasy Mirror?
Greasy Mirror
Yeah.
this morning?
Or since I got grease on my mirror.
On my mirror,
Grease on
yeah,
my
yeah.
So
mirror,
he
yeah.
couldn't even
Oh,
clean
yeah.
it. It's just, it's all smudgy
Just
and
filling
gross.
me with feelings that are strange and uncomfortable.
Then there was the element of surprise.
Oh yeah.
Where they just dump
Surprise!
everybody on the ground. I love that. Where
And then the best part, I think, the real reason that I wanted to do this episode, well, okay, the second reason was just that the enemy is balls.
yeah,
I just love
And the
And
amount
then
of
they
balls
make a
jokes
couple
that
balls
they
jokes.
There's
make.
so many
Yeah.
balls and ball jokes.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
Balls.
You could almost say that it was
Well-
low-hanging fruit.
It really was, but
think-
they nailed it.
and they're so veiny and weird looking
yeah.
too.
So they look like those mad
They look
balls,
like
kinda.
they look like mad balls, and they also look like a combination of testicles and brains.
Yeah, and then I like when you shoot them, they like deflate like balloons.
Yeah.
Just-
Which was sad because I forgot that that's what happened, and they shot him, and I'm like, that's a sad way to die.
Yeah, they're
You
just
get like
We're
punctured.
out.
Zap Brannigan named his boy horse Felicity.
Yeah.
You
almost
spooked
shot Felicity.
Felicity.
well, I mean that could be could be an androgynous name.
Wasn't that the
There was a show
Kerry
with Kerry
Russell.
Russell.
sexy female lawyer? What's the real show?
The
Oh wait, no,
McBeal.
wasn't there some girl Felicity at that point on Fox?
There was,
Yeah,
yeah, it
Felicity,
was
the
about
show
a college
Felicity, yeah.
student, and she had big.
and then she
crazy
cut her
hair.
She was the
hair.
girl
She cut her
from
hair
that-
out, right?
That movie.
She was a Neutrogena girl.
Yeah,
now,
but
now she's on The Americans.
she was in that movie with like one
Carrie
of the Feldmans
Russell.
or one of
Yes.
the yeah.
Carrie
Russell.
Russell
I already
is her
said it.
name.
I already said it.
I said it.
Well,
too.
yeah, but I said it first.
Carrie Russell.
Are you sure?
I have not said it yet. I'm not
Who has
gonna-
better?
I'm not gonna do it.
Wait,
We'll
wait.
see. We'll see.
I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me say Carrie Russell.
Better
Oh,
hair.
shit.
Better hair. Kerry Russell or Kurt Russell?
What
Kurt
era
Russell.
Kurt Russell?
Every
Kurt
era
Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Every movie.
Yeah, I guess
Carrie
it's-
Russell in Felicity cut her hair all off.
And then
I
everyone
remember.
freaked out, right?
Yeah, everyone
it
was
a big
upset.
thing. I was in
I
college.
feel like my sister was upset or
Yeah.
something.
I'm gonna go with Carrie Russell from the Neutrogena commercials where she washes her face off because her hair is golden, beautiful.
So
Yep, that's whatever you were talking about for you.
I just
that joke is in this episode, I
Yep.
think. Yes.
so
Yeah, it's certainly not because of these notes I just looked at. That joke is way further down too.
But his last line,
Bender's last line?
Oh, what does he
Bender's
say?
last
Yeah,
line.
it's like
Wait.
tell something.
Oh, if
things.
they make a
Statue, oh,
stamp
yeah.
out of me, tell them
that's
to
it.
use the young Bender. Is that the line?
if they put me on a stamp, tell them to use the young
Yeah, yeah,
Bender.
that was
Or
good.
make a
Yes,
stamp
close
out of
enough.
me. Well, making a stamp out of him could be like making a record stamper. It's made of metal.
did you guys ever watch?
Okay, Reachy McReacherson.
Did you ever
MASH?
watch MASH?
Yes,
I love
a lot.
MASH.
Oh my God, nobody loves MASH. I loved MASH. It's a great show. People from our
The
generation
movie
do
and
not
the TV.
and both. Yes,
I love
absolutely.
them both.
People from our generation do not appreciate MASH.
But I watched it because my I would stay
Stumpy
up really late.
McStumperson.
I'd stay up really late, and my grandmother would just let me watch TV because she'd be like cleaning the kitchen or something, and it would come on like after the news or something, or on some
And that-
channel.
Yeah.
Theme
Also,
song. That
Oh, the
theme
theme song's
song
great.
is
And that's why John cuts
embedded in
himself.
my head.
also, John is melancholic and depressive.
That
so
song, that
it's-
theme song,
It's kind of right up
The
his
lyrics,
alley. It's called
Suicide is
"Suicide is Painless."
that theme song, yeah, it is called "Suicide Is Painless," and it is on this playlist that I made beginning of this year.
to cut yourself to.
Seriously, look
Best songs of
wait,
2016.
right there.
Is that a better song than the theme song to Taxi?
I've had that conversation before, actually.
And what was the result?
The result was "Taxi" is a better theme song.
I think so
Taxi
too.
or Night Court?
Taxi.
Taxi's better than Night Court.
Taxi
Court-
or Barney Miller?
That's actually where we couldn't come to a conclusion. That was where the Were you talking
Okay.
about?
No,
Sons of
guys.
Anarchy or Breaking Bad?
I don't know what Sons of Anarchy sounds like, so Breaking Bad.
It's a
Sons of Anarchy is like the Firefly
Better Call Saul.
theme, but the Firefly theme just makes me like. I know there's words to it, but it just makes me.
Or Battlestar Galactica.
Show.
But
original or new
No,
one?
theme song.
the
theme song?
I'm gonna go
I think
Firefly. Yeah.
the theme,
Battlestar.
but the thing is, the theme song for
It's really creeping me out how connected we all are right
They had
now. so
they
let's
had a whole
talk
bunch
about-
of monkeys.
the theme song for Firefly. I know there's words to it, but all I hear when it plays is the words Bon Jovi "Up in Space" over and over, and that's all. I know there's words, and I can't not hear that. It's been
I
completely
feel like
replaced.
I
It's
feel like that's awesome. You're lucky.
It's like theme
that
song
happens.
Lexia in my ears with it.
Jealous. That's what I am.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
jealous.
Yeah. It's
I'm envious.
I
I covet.
because it
Your
really
brain
whatever that theme
malfunction.
song is, and didn't Josh Whedon write it?
Yep.
Okay. It basically is just like we're gonna take like Young Guns and Blaze of Glory and all that other shit he wrote when he was
'cause,
trying to be a
that
cowboy.
Was, yeah.
Because
And,
that
was
was
the
show.
It's just
And-
in space.
Yeah, but in space, and the
Yep.
song
because it worked
is
for
that
Star
too.
Wars.
And you wrote the generic lyrics to it, and he wrote better lyrics to it about where
Did
you
he
can't take
write-
that sky from me.
Did he write better lyrics or did I?
I don't know.
Yeah,
you
that's
probably
Did
debatable.
Bon
you
Jovi
probably
write lyrics,
you
or did Bon Jovi's
to be
mom write
honest,
lyrics?
you might have wrote better lyrics where people might have actually watched it more than
No,
because that explained it all.
I wish they would have done that with the Star Trek Enterprise theme song, but it should have been.
That was like the Springsteen Up in Space.
Yeah, it should have been like Rod Stewart.
Just a conglomerate of all.
Now, John,
Rod
you sing
Stewart.
a song that you like.
When episode 7 came out, I used to always go in to see it and sing Star Wars, Star Wars.
That's like a Bill Murray move.
Did he do that?
Yeah,
that
one
was
of the.
Oh, yeah,
right,
the
so-
lounge singer.
Yeah.
That was my other New Year's resolution: is be more like Bill Murray. So, can I have a beer?
Yes. I actually.
I didn't mean it like that, Bill Murray.
I think you
In
need
case
to have
Bill Murray's
several to be a little
listening.
more like Bill Murray.
Are we going to talk about MASH too? But
We're
also,
going to
yeah,
talk
I
about
was,
IHawk.
I was just thinking. I was just. I don't know why I brought. Oh, we were just talking about Chevy Chase. Okay, IHawk. Yes, I love that joke.
I love MASH.
And I was thinking we're gonna have to explain. If I had kids, I would have to explain that joke to them.
Or even kids younger than us that were watching that episode. Say they were just even if you like.
I don't even know if they'd get like the IHawk joke, much less.
Literally, what we just said.
No. I thought you meant like the character, but
Oh, no.
like,
No.
but then the fact that like, does that?
Oh yeah, yeah, both.
What Pete and John are trying to say is there was a character on a show called MASH named Hawkeye.
He was a potato.
Hawkeye Pierce, and so
Alan
the
Alda.
Alan Alda.
Alan Alda.
You might know him as the horrible
And
racist
how
uncle on
good
Horace
was
and Pete.
Fucking Phil Lamar.
Oh
doing
yeah, doing his voice.
Perfect.
Hawkeye
Perfect.
impression.
Have you ever
Like,
heard
that
Bill
was-
Hader do Alan Alda?
Yes.
Man, Bill Hader's amazing
He
too.
Right.
I like that IHawk had like a
the Maudlin
martini-
and
Yeah, the
Irreverent.
built-in
he had a
martini.
martini glass
Yeah.
built
And it
into
was
his hand.
connected to his hand. It was
I didn't
just
notice
like
that.
a
It was part of
hand.
his hand.
Yeah.
But he had
and he
a
still
button on
wore
his
a rubber
back
glove.
yeah.
that was Irreverent and Maudlin,
yeah.
and that was the thing that when kids my age
When will the killing stop?
didn't like MASH, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's the
Well,
first
that was
great
because-
dramedy. It was super hilarious.
But that's
and then
because it started out not as heavy-handed, and then when Alan Alda started taking
he was
over
like,
more
no,
and more,
yeah,
it
and they
started
tried to
getting
take that
more
away from him. They're like,
heavy-handed.
oh, in this episode, cross-dressing Kramer, what's his name?
in the show,
Yeah.
Klinger?
Klinger.
yeah. I was thinking of Kramer. Like, when did Kramer cross-dress?
Michael Richards came in an episode. He was a wounded soldier.
He yelled a
No.
bunch of racial epithets and then he
no,
was
when-
gone
when
for
that
another
show had a
15
lot of-
years.
They
They
did
were
have a lot
trying
of
to
guest
do more
stars.
like, this episode Klinger finds gold or whatever, and he's like, no, I'm trying to keep this serious
The
like
tone of
show.
it, yeah.
And that's why it worked.
This episode's number 5 on IGN's
Wow.
like best Futurama
Good pick.
episodes.
Yeah?
And it's amazing. Like there's so many good jokes.
Oh yeah, so
But-
back to the MASH thing we're talking about though. Like,
Yeah.
So you were in the tent, and the IHawk character is ripping on Zoidberg.
And
which is
Zoidberg gets
basically
so
Zoidberg. So Zoidberg was
mad.
Frank Burns in this episode, basically from MASH. You know,
Yeah,
he was supposed to be because the big nurse weirdo was the big nurse.
Yeah.
Jelly.
Which she was
Jellyfish.
in the
She was
Titanic
defending him like Hot Lips would defend
episode.
Frank Burns.
And then they try to put the rubber gloves on
Oh,
his
yeah,
claws
just
and
tear
just
it
rip
over.
right through.
But then the robots were wearing gloves too, which I thought was weird that the robots wear gloves when they're operating.
The robots aren't necessarily sterile.
But I mean, Zoidberg wasn't wearing gloves.
Well, Zoidberg's a
Well, because
terrible
he
doctor.
couldn't.
I mean, like, Zoidberg's just disgusting anyway.
And also,
Yeah, that's
Hawkeye
true.
was just like, oh, leave some for the enemy to kill.
Oh yeah. But then
He
also
was like scalpel, blah blah blah.
also that character doesn't die though. He's up by the end of that scene. He's looking up. He's sitting up and looking
Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies.
because he's the
in
one
this
with
episode.
the he had the.
Why did he have his overalls on over his fatigues and everything else?
to show that he was a hillbilly American or a hillbilly Earthican?
With the grass
Hillbilly
stem
again?
sticking out of his mouth.
Yeah, with the piece of hay. He was a hay.
He's a
seed.
hayseed.
I just now realized where that. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I get it.
There was alien language right when they went over the like hospital camp on top of one of the tents.
What did it say?
Was
It was-
joke?
It was MASH. It was alien language with
Oh,
the
MASH.
Yeah.
like the what asterisks in between, but it spelled out meat and
Why did Bender get wheels? Was that just the misdirect to make it look like he couldn't walk?
Because he
anymore?
wanted, I think he wanted clickety clackers.
And that's it.
Well, when you're in hospital,
Yeah.
they make you sit in a wheelchair until you're off the grounds of the hospital.
Yes.
So maybe that was why.
Ah, makes sense.
It wasn't a real.
That's
hospital,
weird.
though.
It was mobile.
Yes. They never referred to it as a mash, though.
No, but they.
But in the
do-
alien language on top of the tent,
Nope.
it was
Nope.
meat.
It says meat.
meat. Oh,
It was
And
meat.
But also,
were you talking about that when I was peeing?
Yep.
when the
I broke your toilet.
The thing I remember from watching this or seeing this over the years with the subtitles on is that when the song starts, it says theme for MASH, but then it's not actually. It's a sound alike.
Oh,
So you know
it's
that
weird
it's
that it would.
in that way. You know.
Are
that
you
it's
sure they
a
weren't-
MASH.
Parentheses around MASH, or parentheses around theme. Theme
It says
from
theme.
Or
MASH.
from.
No, I don't think there were.
Any. I think there's a
Possibly.
loophole in.
Does
That
anybody?
might be a
just make it
loophole.
sound alike.
Yeah.
Sound alikes are cool.
If you have a text that just has parentheses around it, it's not actually anything.
Wait,
that
did
what
we
you're
already talk
doing.
about how the theme song from MASH is called "Suicide Is Painless"?
We
Yep.
started to.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we mentioned that.
Did we
'cause
talk
it's such a
about why
great
Fry
title.
was washing a donkey in the showers?
I don't even remember that. Was it a donkey or Felicity?
It was a donkey. It was brown. Felicity was white.
It's also the
Racist.
first time. Well,
Did we get to the shower part? while
No,
I was-
We did just
Before
We can
that-
right now.
we.
Yay!
It turns out what is the most demoted thing you can be in the army?
Kif's
Kif's
assistant.
Well, before
Oh, yeah.
it was
Kif,
Zap's
yeah.
assistant, and then which is Kif, and then now it's his assistant. And immediately you see, like psychologically, like Kif's.
Perpetuating
Oh,
the
yeah.
cycle of abuse.
Yeah, it's like those hospital experiments back in the 70s or whatever, where the students were like, some of them were in, or was it hospital or jail?
It was a
Some of
prison.
them were-
It was a Stanford prison
Yeah,
experiment.
yeah, yeah. It's like that. Like immediately you turn into the worst of humanity when you have power like that.
I'm walking on sunshine.
I don't want to exist in that. Oh, and
We
how
can
great
cut
was
that
that?
little
That he
bit out,
sings
right?
the.
Yeah, he's
it's-
humming along to.
First time.
and then that I
comes
didn't
back.
realize that.
Does it? Is
Yeah,
that
it
his
becomes
theme
back.
song?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, it'll
Many
There's
times.
a lot of sad things
It'll
that
kill ya.
happen with that song.
Be, why did I write down umbrella/rocks?
Oh, because the Scotch on the Rocks.
Oh yeah,
Which I said that to Lawrence last night. I served him a Scotch on the Rocks at the Beachland, and I was like, "That's not a Scotch on the Rocks. Where's the umbrella? Where's the fuzzy umbrella or something? That's what makes it a Scotch on the Rocks."
And
Well,
what was his
actually,
response?
He laughed because I don't think he could hear me, but he knew that I was drunk. So if he laughed, he could just turn around and walk away with his drink, and
And not you were behind the bar, so you couldn't come and.
That's what I've been doing
You
this
didn't
whole
have to worry.
podcast. Every time you say something,
he didn't have to worry about entertaining me because I was on the other side of the bar. So he could
Also,
just-
we skipped over during the scene with Bender with the wheels.
Yeah.
He says "hot diggity daffodil."
oh yeah.
I didn't.
I
Diggity
didn't-
daffodils.
Yeah.
And then the clickety clackers, right?
Right. Yes.
Yep.
But that the daffodils comes back in this
So
There's a
because
couple.
of the 10 most used words.
yeah.
was Kissinger in on the plot to blow up?
That's what
Oh,
I was
yeah.
wondering. Because like,
I
was Nixon sending him to die too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was kind of.
So Kissinger didn't know he was on a suicide mission.
And all the.
Wow, I never
bouncings
thought
of-
about that.
Yeah, I thought about that. I don't know if I thought about it before, but watching it
Because
this
they
time,
stuffed
I was
Bender
like,
full of a bomb that would be triggered.
because I kept
by
wondering, I'm
his
like, oh, is
top
Kissinger
10
going to do
words.
something where like he pushes a button and a drone picks him up or something like that? And I was like, oh, he didn't. So basically, even though like Nixon got him in there and then sent him into,
Maybe he just figured he'd survive because he's already dead.
Because
what is
Jill St.
what
John.
is
Those balls demanded bouncing,
the-
followed by rolling, followed by
bouncing of the
rolling
second?
of the third type.
what did
And then Henry Kissinger just kept going. Like he was just like
what did was it
people have a
Kissinger?
similar struggle.
Sorry, what did it was a Zap line or a Kissinger line? Who said something about you got a lot of whatever and you got a lot of chutzpah?
oh Zap said that.
Yeah, what was the first part? Did you write that down?
He goes, they have a lot of I don't remember what it was.
It wasn't balls.
But it was supposed to.
Yeah.
It was, that was the
You got a lot of
joke.
Was it brains?
Was
yeah,
that it?
Yeah,
it was
a lot
brains.
of brains and they had a
And a
lot
lot
of
of
chutzpah. Which was a reference to something else also. Like these writers.
Yiddish. It was a reference to all the Jewish writers that were writing this episode.
I, referencing back to the time that Hermes told Zoidberg to cram things up wherever his species traditionally crams them. This is where do you shove things in a ball?
And that
Like-
was one of the little, is he going to say it?
Yeah. How do you?
Did you guys explain
Oh yeah, the ass.
what the trigger
Well,
word and
you
everything?
started saying it.
Yeah. Well, the
Before that, Fry wants to save Bender, so he's like, I need to go beat up these three guys
God,
to get through here. And then,
And then Lee
Hey, how
does
did
it.
I do that? Wait, that's
Lee
not me.
Lemon
Lee Lemon does it.
does it.
He
And
goes,
he goes,
wow.
wait, that wasn't me.
I thought he was like, wow, that was easier than I thought.
Yeah.
and then she's like, do
He's
you
like, hey, I did it.
recognize me?
Hermes? Like, how? Okay.
And he does the same eye thing as the that meme.
Well, you know
or
what?
Meme.
We
Oh,
skipped
yeah.
over something way back where they're eating lunch in the cafeteria, and Fry starts talking about how he has a thing for
Oh,
somebody.
a girl at work. Yeah.
What is she? Blonde, Chinese,
Cyclops?
Cyclops?
Cyclops.
Aw. But that's where right before the hard
She
fart and hard
sounds
fighting.
nice.
Yeah.
So
How
they're
far?
at the
How
helicopter.
far out are we from that getting requited, or at least explored?
What?
Fry
Oh,
and
I don't
Leela.
know. It's a while. Stop.
They
You're
just
you're
hint
such a
at it
shipper.
for so long.
I don't
Literally,
know. I still
Pete.
It's
don't
like
know what
Ross
that
and
means.
Rachel.
Pete, I'm going to tell you this. You're not going to get closure until the last episode of this entire series.
And then you're still not going to get closure.
Nope.
So, okay, so the bombs happens.
Wait, real quick. I just want to real quick. They're at the helicopter. Leela beats up Zap.
Oh, yeah.
His face looks hilarious with the bruise and like
Is
the
that the black eye?
yeah, and the
Ooh.
and he's like she takes off her thing and her.
I thought you were going to be my
disguise.
significant soldier.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he's like, wait,
You're
they're holding
friends?
hands. You
Yeah.
guys are really good friends. I thought we
thought
would
we-
be really good friends. And she takes off her disguise, and he's like,
Oh,
"Oh, thank
thank
God!
God.
I've never been so happy to be beat up by a woman before."
Which I find hard to believe, honestly.
I like when Fry was riding the ball, and it makes me wonder why they didn't kind of do that as a strategy for engaging them. Like instead of letting them grab onto them if they could just grab the ball and then kind of.
Well, that
I
was
thought
showing
it was-
him,
You know what?
like what?
I feel like what Fry was doing was.
Are you
don't
gonna
say rape. Please
no,
don't say
no,
rape.
No,
Are you gonna say?
bouncing of the seventh variety.
Oh, maybe it was.
I think that was bouncing of the seventh
Oh, and
variety.
That's like
that they don't
interspecies
condone.
bouncing.
They don't condone that.
I thought it was. I was gonna say another joke, but I forgot it. So you're welcome.
And then Fry bounces in there, and Bender just doesn't want to. He just keeps saying
Oh, he
words,
keeps
and we all
almost
think
saying,
he's gonna
yeah.
say
Yeah.
the A word.
But he had to say. What? Wait. Was it? He had to say one of the words on the
No, he had to
list?
say
Or
ass. He had to say
okay.
that was
I
the
thought it was
most
just
common
ass.
word he says.
But they ran through it, the David
Oh, they did that,
Letterman
yeah.
top 10 style.
Oh, which
also
are-
we'll have to explain to people.
All right, number
So,
9.
Yeah, I
us
guess.
from
I
now
mean,
on.
it's that
They're-
era's
what
over.
that graphic was, it was the graphic.
It was the
spot
do-do-do-do-do,
on.
yeah, like that.
I'm gonna say this right now. Number 9.
Hey, you guys, Tom's gonna say this.
Right now.
Number 9.
Why are you
Chump.
starting on number 9? It should start on 10.
No, there's only 9 of them. No,
Really?
no, I'm just kidding. Number 10, Chump. Number 9, Chumpette.
Number 9.
Yep. Number 8, Yours. Number 7, Up. Number 6, Pipmobile.
Pimp Mobile.
Number 5, Bite. Number 4, My. Number 3, Shiny. Number 2, Daffodil.
Daffodil.
Number 1,
Yeah.
Was the joke that it wasn't metal,
Yes.
No.
right?
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
metal's
yeah,
not
yeah.
even
There's
in the
no
top
metal.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that was the joke, is it was Daffodil instead
Okay.
of that. Also, there was no Paul Schaefer going.
Christ. Oh, I wanna
that
punch
was
him.
really part of the fun, I think.
That was part of what made me hate David Letterman.
but when
That
Fry
was like
ran
one of
in
the
there,
only things that made me hate David Letterman.
Why would
But you
hate
didn't hate David
Letterman?
Because
Letterman, right?
because of Paul Schaefer.
I know,
That was
but
the
that's not
only-
enough, though.
No,
I mean, it's like
no. I said that was the only.
that was the only thing you
did not like.
hated.
That
Oh,
was
I
the
get
only
you.
thing
Yeah,
that made me
I get.
hate-
All
only
right.
thing that made me hate him was that.
I hated him when he was wasting things off of a top of a rooftop and throwing
On top
them
of
down.
the.
I didn't like when he did it with food, but I thought it was funny. Anything else?
I thought it was
I-
always funny. What are you guys talking about? He was
I just
throwing
don't like
stuff.
wasting food.
They gave the guy a show and he threw shit off of the roof. It was fucking great.
Yeah, throw like old fax machines and stuff off.
I think
Not
he
Yeah.
did that too.
But watermelons, like I would have eaten that.
I hear you.
You just have to
It's
catch
hard
it.
to watch that watermelon go to waste.
That
All right,
one
I
looked
You
understand.
just have
really
to stand down on
good.
the ground and catch it.
I wasn't allowed out that late. Or
Are you that
and
guy
also
that
I
beat
didn't
Gallagher
live
up?
in New York. You guys know Gallagher has a brother that does Gallagher acts?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
good.
he used to.
But then he died or something?
No,
got
there's
sued?
there's a lot of legal issues going
Oh,
on.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
cut this.
Think
When
whole
is
thing
that
out.
Netflix
Gallagher-
documentary coming out?
Right? Gallagher too
Oh.
has I think
Making
Gallagher?
Making
Hold
a
on,
Gallagher?
hold on.
question mark?
Electric Boogaloo. Go
I
ahead.
think I think Gallagher, because he was Gallagher too.
Yeah.
I think Gallagher
Sued his ass.
he for a while gave him permission to do the act.
But then he started
But then he
fondling
decided
unnecessary
to
pinching.
rescind the permission, and he kept doing it anyway.
So then it came to blows with giant mallets.
It turned into a thing. And I mean, like, if you go back and watch those Gallagher specials, like,
They're amazing.
no, they're
really not.
Well, I mean, that was the thing for a while. Like when I was younger, I was like, oh, these are really funny. And then I was like, oh, and they're also. I think what it was is I had watched some of his specials from the 80s, and I went to see him in the late 90s and came away from that show going, that was really unbelievably racist and sexist.
Yeah, you start to notice things about Gallagher you never wanted to see.
And it was just like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
that the bloom is off that rose. And then he just started going like, his whole act was about that. So now anytime he opens his mouth, it's just like.
The only Gallagher I want to see is Black Gallagher from Chappelle's Show.
But I also feel like couldn't you just blame that? Like when he had a bad night and he's like said some racist shit, he could just be like, no, that was my dumb brother who was impersonating me.
His brother was in
it's
the
kind
show.
of like a good excuse.
That
It's
would
like,
be,
no,
they could both do that for each other.
My
like,
invisible friend knocked it off the table, not me.
It was the
could be like
family
that kind of
circus, not
thing.
me.
Yeah.
Ghost.
Anyway, sorry.
On that note, the war was over with the balls, and they were thoroughly licked.
The balls were thoroughly licked. There's so many good ball jokes. In
What
this
was the
episode.
sack joke? Wasn't there a ball sack joke?
Yeah, there was too many body bags and ball sacks.
ball
Yeah. Too many body bags and
And-
ball sacks.
That is the best Henry Kissinger.
I've never
I
tried
thought
that.
that was,
Yeah, that was like
Schwarzenegger.
good.
It works when you have a microphone to practice that kind of stuff.
Were you like, you just went with it? You were
Yeah.
just like, nah, I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
Check out this Pete impersonation. Oh, Bender, what about this? Oh, no.
Okay, but wait. Okay, so
When are you
What
gonna
hel-
do it?
what else
When are you gonna do it?
happens?
I thought that was Pete
So-
talking.
So, did you close your eyes?
did you close your?
So, okay, so they walk in. Fry's like, no, don't say the word, whatever. And
You blow. If
You
you
blow
say
us all-
a word,
Bender holds the planet hostage, and he holds
yeah.
everyone who's in the room. Kissinger, Fry, Leela's there at this point. Yeah, because they
Yeah.
broke in together, right?
Yeah.
And then what happens? Somebody.
Okay, so and then
the balls.
I know. Wait, no, I know it.
The balls
Let's
give
just
up.
start.
do I?
Someone else started, then I'll jump.
yeah. That's the
I know
a
that,
really good closer.
I know-
It turns
Pete.
out that Earth invaded this planet.
Oh yeah, we were the.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it was. Oh, we're the. Oh, so
The
yeah. So the
aggressors.
balls. The balls.
They
give up,
leave the planet.
and they say we will leave immediately, and
And then Bender's even shittier about it. He's like, get off of your planet or whatever.
But yeah, you would expect that.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, all right.
But so then they leave, and then they take Bender home. Right? Is that how it goes?
yes, and
And
they
then- and then-
operate.
Get
And
his-
then
I
he
like
wakes
that
up
the
and he's
balls
like,
just
"Can I find-"
bounce and bounce away from the planet. I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of neat.
That's
Pretty cool.
bouncing of the 12th variety.
And then Bender wakes up, and he's like, "Can I say my favorite word again?" Right?
No, but before that, he's like, did you get the bomb out?
Oh.
And the professor's like,
No, it was.
she's
jammed
like,
in there
I
pretty-
could it's in there with glue or something. I don't know.
It's jammed in there with glue or something. I don't. Oh, he's so good.
And then he decided to do list of words that Bender's almost never says.
And he's like, thanks. Sorry?
Was that it? Thanks.
no, I got the list. I
Okay.
got the list.
Wait, hold
It's-
on. But before you do, because I haven't, I literally haven't watched this. I meant to watch it. I watched it like last week or something. But never mind. Go ahead.
Why wouldn't they?
I watched
Go
it
ahead.
like last
wait,
week,
Wait,
like
wait, wait.
Why
I
would
want to
you-
hear
ago.
John's. I might have watched this last week. What do you got?
I'm just trying to, for my own sake. I realized
I wanted-
wanted, for my own sake, I wanted to remember if I could remember what the word was, but I don't want to ruin.
Oh,
it.
what the
Why would
actual
they-
was? Okay, so wait, Tom, don't finish it. I want to see if John remembers.
Okay,
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they program it to a word that he doesn't know?
No,
Oh,
I
it
was
fuck
just about
you.
to write that. I was
Maybe-
gonna write it for
Wait,
and
so
then
you saw
that
it?
was yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't see it.
But you
that was-
remembered that was the.
That was what I was writing though.
you were-
maybe
okay. Oh, across that.
And
way.
also,
so
it's- that's
for the
not
record,
the word.
For the record, John remembered what
It's-
the no.
it's a word that Bender would not realize that he was saying. So when he was guessing it, when the bomb went off at the end, that he was okay. That's not what happened. Everything's fine.
Oh, that's right.
But
'cause
What?
there's
the world didn't blow up, so it couldn't have been.
You
the
heard
right
an
word.
explosion.
okay.
But that
Everything
could have
went
been
white.
anything.
Classic
No.
misdirection.
What do
but
you
I'm
mean he
surprised,
wouldn't
too.
realize? Oh, because he doesn't know.
Zoidberg could
No, it's
have
voice
knocked
activated.
Zoidberg.
Yeah, it was probably
Zoidberg could
Void-
knocked
Voidzerg,
into
yeah.
something.
Voidzerg.
Okay, here
Are they like
we go.
Neubach?
Okay,
That's the blue Zoidberg. is
here's the
Voidzerg.
words: please, thanks, sorry, wonderful,
Wonderful.
Forgot about that.
non-alcoholic, compassion, shrimp.
Chartreuse.
No, shrimp toast.
Shrimp toast. Shrimp toast.
That
And then
you
the
said that
last-
like it was naughty.
The
or
last
like-
word is John
Antiquing.
antiquing,
which he
and
did
that's when
remember.
it-
He started to write it down on my notes, and then saw that I had it written
And then
down.
it blew up, and then
But I'm okay.
Everything didn't blow up.
No,
'cause
so basically,
the
the
episode-
theory behind that, my theory behind that is that the bomb had lost, like, whatever potential it had originally, maybe because they were messing with it, or over time, or whatever, because he's...
No, I
He's
feel
a
like
dud to begin
he
with.
was guessing, and Zoidberg was walking around and like knocked into something and like exploded something.
You
Because
probably
he
just-
didn't guess it. He did
probably
not
But you don't
guess
have any
it.
proof of that. That's your theory. Well,
The
that's my
next
theory.
episode, they're all there, right?
I'm just
Earth
saying,
didn't
I
blow
think
up.
it's the bomb. I don't think it's... There was an
Maybe
explosion.
it blew up inside his magical chest cavity and
All right.
went off into his seemingly boundless.
You know what? Oh, you know what? Absolutely. Yes.
Let's go with that.
Yes.
Then how come it didn't work in the beginning?
Absolutely. So anyways, it blows up.
I
The
agree.
credits roll.
I'm for against it.
I feel like...
How much of this episode, though, was related to Starship Troopers?
A
Like,
bunch of it.
seriously, like all of it.
all
Are
of the
you-
recruiting stuff, I think, right? Like all
The-
that, like.
everything about this.
I haven't seen that
Starship-
movie in a long time.
Yeah, you,
Did
have
someone?
You ever seen that?
Didn't someone
No.
sneak in to be a part of it? Like Leo Lemon was there. Was
Yeah,
that
I
part?
think some
Or now I'm just probably
chick.
just making this.
It
all
might have been
Maybe,
Carrie
I don't-
Russell. It might have been Carrie Russell.
Yeah, how the shit did she get there?
I think it was that...
She was a Russian spy. That's
was-
what the
oh,
Americans is
yeah.
about.
I think it was that part where where the...
Wait, that's that show, The Americans?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, she's
yeah.
still
it's
hot.
you know what?
Yes.
And
Oh,
And
as a
it's-
Russian,
Carrie
I would
Russell
give
is
up
a- It
is-
every secret.
it is surprisingly filthy for a basic cable television show. Like
Nice.
there's stuff they've shown on that where you're like, there's no actual genitals
What
or
show is
nipples
it
on. It was on FX, I
FX?
think. It's like no nipples or actual genitals showing, but
They
I
show
can't
her
believe they-
eyebrows.
You can see like
I
slamming.
can't believe they just showed that. I enjoy it. It's a very good dramatic show, but it's also like, oh my, I see why they ended up having children together.
Wait, so I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I don't remember.
It sounded really interesting.
It probably
was. And,
Wait, the Russians?
Boy,
there
howdy,
something
was
about
it.
Russians?
Yeah, they're like embedded Russian spies.
No,
in the
I mean-
1980s.
I'm trying to figure out what
we were talking about how
Russian
how the fucking the bug space movie relates to
Oh yeah, Starship
Yes.
Troopers.
how Super
Starship
Troopers
Bug,
relates
Yeah.
Bug Space.
to and
Pooper
I was like,
Troopers.
it's-
How Pooper Scoopers relates to future trauma.
John, you got anything new to plug, or anything old to plug, or anything
Yeah.
in the middle to
what
plug?
are your as we
Oh,
talked
I'm
about
playing.
last time?
I'm playing at
Oh, I saw that. Mayhall.
but that's like
that. No, that's like a
that'll
couple
be
weeks from now, right?
soon,
Yeah.
That's on. No, it's at 78th Street, but it won't.
Oh,
be.
If
that's where it
people
is?
if people
Why did I
want to
think Mayhall's?
find you
Am I
and where
playing at
you're
Mayhall's?
Are you?
I hope
Are you?
not.
Wait, are you playing at Mayhall's right now? Are we there?
Is this Mayhall's?
You hear bowling pins fall over.
where can people find out where you're playing when you happen to be playing?
I have a Facebook page for my music stuff.
There you go.
Or
Is it John K?
I also have a Twitter. It's John Kalman. And then
Okay.
I also have a Twitter. My Twitter page, I guess, would be.
Do you post when you have a show coming up on there?
Uh,
So no.
but I make good jokes. Sometimes.
Well, then check
Yeah.
that out if you want to hear
I
some
made a good joke once on there.
some.
I have nothing pluggable. Don't go ahead. Just go ahead.
Check out
You got no. You
at
have
Joe Kalman.
you have a record album that people could still buy,
Oh, I have a Bandcamp page. Check out the Bandcamp page or
which is where.
Google John Kalman Bandcamp. That's how I find it.
All right. All right. I have a question, and I feel
That's
bad.
how I find it.
I
really.
feel bad asking this question, but like okay. All right.
This is not going to be
okay.
good.
Did you murder
I have
that girl?
I have a series of 2 questions. I'm not sure which one of these to ask first. We're gonna see how it goes. How is Midnight Junketeers, your podcast, going?
I'm getting my computer repaired for 2 months. So
How has it gone so far?
the first 2 episodes were great.
Who's recording while you're getting your computer repaired? Are the people repairing your computer recording it for you?
No, it was.
So if anybody wanted to check that out, then my
Yeah,
second
that'll be
question
up again
Is
soon.
it on? Have you?
I haven't
where
figured out
do-
how to make it go onto iTunes.
That's my
yet.
only
kept
question.
Yelling,
I
was yelling at it to go on
I
there. and it
swear
was-
to God, as soon as it's on iTunes, and I just because I am like a terrible technologically, so it's like
That's
oh,
not the only way
iTunes-
you're terrible. Hey, thanks for being on again, John.
This is super fun.
we-
I'm gonna drink next time more.
We
early.
can't. I think there's been enough of that already.
I have a couple things to plug.
Okay, what are you plugging?
You know you can find us on Twitter at slurmcastpod.
That's it.
You can find me. No, it's not. You just shook your head at me. You can find me
My head's
at
just
R
doing
Horchy. That's RHORCHY.
Okay, so
So you can also find us
Instagram at slurmcastpod.
Facebook.
I think facebook.com/
just
slurmcastpod.
Slurmcast.
Slurmcast.com.
Slurmcast.com is you can get everywhere.
Yeah, but
Even
those,
in
also
John's
have-
pants.
your homework assignment for next week is to follow us on all of those social media channels.
Don't
Instagram-
give people
oh.
homework. I fucking
You can
hated
email
homework.
us at slurmcastpod@gmail.com. You can call us at 216.
438.
Shut this podcast off and
1077.
unsubscribe to us. Don't listen to Pete's homework assignment.
Rebel.
1077.
Yeah, we beat you to it.
Also, you
You
can
can follow John by being creepy and just
And
looking
you know,
for him
if
on
If
the
your
street.
dead dad has binoculars,
If you're
was
in
that
Cleveland,
recorded or was
Ohio,
that a joke before the?
If you're in
that was
Cleveland,
before
Ohio,
we
you
started
can go
recording.
to one of our
Dead dad
premier
binoculars.
music venues, the Grog Shop, and run into John at the door, and he'll still make you pay because that's his
Just
job.
like Tim
But I'll
Missy.
high five you.
Yeah, he's real
Probably.
genial about it, but you still better have those dollars in hand.
He makes sure you have nothing in your underwear.
yeah.
That is dangerous.
I don't. Just ask my ex-wife.